us the things we say and do, help guide us in decisions that we make tonight, and they will benefit the city of Troy. And the Lord please be with everybody during this Christmas season and help us really remember the reason we celebrate Christmas. And be with our employees throughout this time also. Amen. Will you please turn and salute the flag? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Let the record show that all members are present tonight. We need to, next on our agenda, we need to review and approve our council minutes from our previous our meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as written? So moved. We have a motion by Mr. Davis. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Ms. Holland. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next up on our agenda is the approval of tonight's agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as stated? We have a motion by Mr. Baker. Do we have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Mr. Moultrie. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is committee reports. The only committee report we have is that the Troy City Council met upstairs at 4 o'clock in a work session to go over tonight's agenda. Next up is item number 6, is a recognition of Hurricane Milton Mutual and Utility Crew. Mayor, if you want to
yeah, I would, Brian and Solomon, why don't y'all and the guys come up in front of the room while I read this. And this is, as y'all know, very often as we deal with, I know you guys, I know they're not thrilled about having to, they don't like a whole lot of recognition. They do what they do because they're good at it and they love it. But this is something that we wanted to express. But as y'all know, we often have situations of weather where we're okay, but our neighbors are in harm's way. And one thing that's so great is that FEMA allows us to go and help them. And it does, not only does it help our neighbors, it also gives our people incredible training and real life experience in dealing with very, very difficult situations. And I'm sure that, they could tell you that it's a lot more gratifying to have somebody walk out of the house when they get electricity for the first time in a week or more, and how much they appreciate that and the look on their face and how grateful they are. But this group went to Leesburg, Florida, and I got this letter. I'm not going to read the resolution and the whereases and therefores and all that, although I will say that this was resolution number 11,932 from Leesburg, Florida. So we don't have quite that many, I don't think, or we don't number them quite that way. But this is from the city manager of Leesburg, Florida. And it simply says, Dear Mayor Reeves, please find enclosed a resolution of appreciation recognizing the assistance provided to the city of Leesburg by the City of Troy Electric Department in the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. We are extremely grateful to both the City of Troy and the team of line technicians who traveled to Leesburg to help with our restoration efforts. Mutual aid is a cornerstone of public power, and the resources you provide made a significant difference in our community's recovery. We extend our sincere thanks to your employees and to the City of Troy for the assistance provided during this challenging time. Respectfully, Al Minor, City of Leesburg, Florida. So I think we ought to give these guys a round of applause. I'm going to give this to you, and Hugh, why don't y'all get a picture made with that, and then y'all put that up.
Brian, you also, for the ones of us that don't know, Would you just mention their names, please?
Yeah, no, introduce yourself, that'd be better.
Well, wait on spot.
Yeah, no, I'm Hugh Davis.
I'm Easton Waters. Dalton Strickland. Blake Garrett.
Southern.
Tyler Eldridge.
Can y'all turn outside and see y'all? That's what I'm saying.
There were two more in the group that were not able to be here tonight, so there was actually two more gentlemen that went on this trip, so.
Well, thank you for representing us so well, and sacrificing, leaving behind your families to be able to go and help.
And we appreciate your families allowing you to go also.
Good.
Good job. That's right.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Good job.
Well, and I want to thank you. We couldn't do this if the city council didn't allow us to do it. So thank y'all for providing the resources and, because when we do something like that, we've got to make sure we've got the resources here to take care of everything that goes on. And so the fact that we're staffed to be able to handle difficult situations.
And I'll just add, I understand they were not the only crew that went. We had them here tonight because we had a resolution that was sent from Leesburg, but I know that we've had other, this past hurricane season, these were not the only.
Yeah, we've been all over the southeastern United States in the last several years, but this was one of those times where they took the time to put something together and felt like it was only appropriate.
Absolutely.
And make sure that, and really they represent, all the guys that they, very appreciative for what they do. Again, very appreciative to y'all for providing the resources, and our citizens, through y'all providing the resources that we can help others. And again, it's incredible training for them because we had an outage this morning that we had to deal with, and Max, as you know, you never want any outage whatsoever, but when you have one, you want to be able to get it going just as fast as possible. And so it's a blessing to be able to practice somewhere else so that you're ready when the moments count here. So, thank y'all very much.
Thank you, sir. Next up on our agenda tonight is item number 7. It's a top license is a 11 lounge retail liquor class 2 package. The trade name is Village Wine and Spirits. It's located at 119 Southland Village, Suite D, Troy. We have Ms. Swindle here. Will you please come up, state your name for ones that don't know you, and tell us what you're going to do.
My name is Lori Swindle, and I'm representing the company that we're trying to open in the same place, which has always been a liquor store, I'm understanding. And we're just trying to reopen it in the same place and offer just similar items and remodeled and modern and that sort of thing.
Ms. Swindle, you realize that the city of Troy, and understand the city of Troy does not permit selling alcohol to minors.
Yes, sir.
We know that you will abide by that law, and occasionally you might be checked by the city police or the state.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do I have a motion, or any comments or questions for Ms. Swindle? If not, do we have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Baker, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Davis. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you, ma'am, and good luck.
Thank you.
And I'll add thank you for further investing in our community.
Yes. Thank y'all.
You're welcome.
Next up on our agenda is item number 8, resolution 2025-16. It's a bid award for Academy Street sidewalks. It's a TAP grant 24. Ms. Anderson.
Good evening. The 2024 TAP project is the Academy Street Sidewalk Project. It will consist of the construction of ADA-compliant sidewalk facilities for pedestrians along the northern side of Academy Street and Academy Circle from Fonsburg Drive to Elm Street, and on the southern side of Academy Street from Fonsburg Drive to Harrison Street. The city legally advertised the bid opening date of December 3rd, 2024 in accordance with state law, and on that date, all bids were open, public, and read aloud. The city received 2 bids. This resolution, if approved, will award the contract to the lowest bidder, Avery Landscaping and Associates LLC, for $529,880 contingent on PALDOT approval.
Thanks, ma'am. Any questions or comments from Ms. Sanders?
I have a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's to you, Melissa, and the mayor, whomever is included when we ask for tax grants. You know, I know a lot of times me and you sometimes you're in another place, but we come back quickly to places because you do an excellent job. But sometimes it just needs more clarification from you and not to irritate you or, because I know that you don't work for me or this council, I know you work for the mayor. But thank you so much for you and the mayor for getting these funds for some sidewalks that's very much needed. Because I find myself tripping over some humps sometimes when I'm walking. So I thank God for you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, ma'am. Any other questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2025-16? We have a motion by Ms. Moultrie. Do you have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Ms. Holly. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up is item number 9. It's Resolution 2025-17. It's an engineering service agreement with Steering Engineering Company. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir, if I could, just a second, I want to echo the mayor's comments to thank y'all for providing the resources and equipment and letting us have good people. You know, we're blessed here that, one, we didn't have any damage here from hurricanes and things, but 2, that we've got the resources and people that we can go help those in need, and a great group of employees that's always willing to go. So we're blessed. You know, I know y'all know that, but compared to others out there, there are others that can or don't or won't. So we're blessed to be in a situation where we can always, almost always send help and have people that are willing to go wherever, whenever, and want to go. So that's a blessing. So thank y'all.
Thank you for your leadership.
So there are several agreements here that are renewal of engineering and professional services here tonight for the utility department and for the city. It was time to renew these agreements. The changes were very minor, primarily raising insurance limits, adding some additional indemnification language recommended by our attorney, and then the change in the rates from these agreements. It's been a couple of years, so unfortunately, as you can expect, they all went up a little bit. All these are companies that we currently do business with. The very first one, Stewart Engineering, the engineering firm out of Anniston that does most of our electrical consulting work on the engineering side and have for a very long time.
Do we have any questions or comments from Mr. Chandler concerning this issue?
You did say this was 3 years.
Yes, ma'am. That all the engineering agreements and the professional services are 3 years. This one is, that is correct.
Do we have a motion to approve Resolution 2025-17? We have a motion by Ms. Moultrie. Do you have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Davis. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next up is Resolution 2025-18, Engineering Service Agreement with GMC. Mr. Chandler.
Yep, this is Goodwin Mills, the Kegwood engineering firm out of Montgomery. They primarily do water and wastewater sewer work for us. They also do time to time work for Melissa at the airport and other things as well. We've done business with them a long time. Again, very, very similar changes, just an updating the agreement. It's also a 3-year agreement with them.
Thanks, sir. Any comments or questions from Mr. Chandler? If not, do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2025-18? Have a motion by Ms. Holly. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Ms. Baker. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is Resolution 2025-19 engineering service agreement with Krebs.
Yes, sir, this is with Krebs Engineering. They're also a civil engineering firm. They primarily, they've helped us with water and water projects, tank projects, things of that nature. They also helped us significantly over the years with our set up and maintain our software that models our water and sewer system. And so this is just, again, a 3-year agreement renewal with them.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments? Mr. Chandler?
Hey, Brian, did any of our building rates change?
They did, they all went up anywhere,
Went up.
right, depending on which company, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15%, so but they all did go up. Most of the previous ones were anywhere from 4 to 5 years old, so they did go up in that period of time. We typically don't do a whole lot with any of them on an hourly basis, mostly it's on a project, and we know that the fees are a set amount, but from time to time, they do something for a small project or just to help troubleshoot or something. That's why the hourly rates are in there. So it's just a small thing. It can be, most stuff is done on a project type basis.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? If not, do we have a motion to approve resolution 2025-19. We have a motion by Ms. Baker. We have a second. Second by Ms. Mosley. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is resolution 2025-20, a professional consulting agreement with Abidance.
Yes, sir. This is called Abidance Consulting. They helped us with our NERC and CERT compliance on the electric side of the house. Ever since we had to comply with those. We've been able to get out of some of those over the years, but some of that's coming back next year, so we need to renew their agreement so they can continue to help us be prepared with that. That's pretty much all we've done with this company, but they've helped us for well over 10 years. We've done business with this gentleman. He's very knowledgeable, and so this agreement is a little different. We pay them on a quarterly basis, and they help us maintain our files and procedures, and also help us with compliance. We've been through audits before, that'll probably be coming up again. You know, he helps us and do that kind of thing. So it's not engineering, it's just professional services, but it's primarily for compliance with stuff that's mandated to the city.
So is it quarterly 3 months or 4 months? Every 4 months? Or every 3 months?
Should be 3 if it's quarterly.
No, quarterly can be 3 months. 4 months.
It should be 3. It's
So it's
3
3?
months. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments?
And this is a 3-year agreement, as well, I failed to mention that.
We have a motion to approve resolution 2025-20.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Davis. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second by Ms. Moultrie. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is item 13, resolution 2025-21. It's a professional service agreement with American Tank.
Right, this is with American Company. We are now required by ADM as part of our drinking water permit to inspect and to wash out all of our water tanks within the city on a regular basis. These folks did it for us a couple of years ago. We were pleased with them and pleased with the work, so we wanted to get an agreement set up to get us into the 5-year cycle to make sure we meet the ADM requirements. So this is actually a 5-year agreement that kind of completes that cycle, that they'll wash out all of our tanks after we drain them, and then clean them and sanitize them, see if there's anything needed to be repaired wise, and then in the off years, they would just visually inspect them without having to drain the tank. So this just sets us up somebody to have that required inspection that ADM now requires of all water systems.
So how often do we drain and clean out our water tanks?
You can see on that page in there, typically the washout has to be at least every 5 years, but it can be sooner than that based on the condition of the tank, and then every year it's visually inspected.
Gotcha.
Any other questions for Mr. Chandler?
And the determining factor on that depends on what the visual inspection determined last time as to what you can do. Because obviously just doing a visual inspection with a robotic thing, just usually with humans, is much less invasive than having to drain the tank and then completely take it out of service. That's a much more involved thing for us and for them, so that we don't have to do that every year. Fortunately.
So that tank is sealed off, or?
They do have an air vent at the top to be able to let the water move in and out to balance the air pressure, but yeah, otherwise it's completely locked into the water system all the time. And so we had to essentially isolate it from the water system and then open a separate drain valve to let all the water drain back out of it before they go in. Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions? If not, we have a motion to approve resolution 2025-21. Have a motion by Ms. Holly, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Davis. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next up is item number 14, it's resolution 2025-22. It's a DEC grant for wastewater.
Yes, sir, this is a grant through ADECA. There are multiple things that would fit in, and so we looked to try to find something that the wastewater treatment plant, Walnut Creek, that would fit this grant. So upgrading the plant lighting, not in the buildings, but everything that lights up the yard and the facilities at night would fit the requirements of this. It's not a very large grant, so we couldn't do anything really big or improvements at the plant with it. So what we're proposing to do, if y'all approve us to apply for it, is to replace all the exterior lighting at the treatment plant and put new LED lighting up. Some of the wiring and that stuff has to be replaced too. So essentially, that's what this cost is, a little over $23,000 is replacing those lights along with contractors come in and redo the wiring and stuff. Some of that wiring, again, is beyond what we do day in and day out, so it would be someone that's a licensed electrician to come in and take care of that portion.
You said it's at the treatment plant?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, sir. Any other questions or comments, Mr. Chairman? If not, we have a motion to approve resolution 2025-22. Have a motion by Ms. Mosley, do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Ms. Baker. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any extension? Motion carries. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you all so much.
You're through tonight.
Yes, sir.
Next up on our agenda is item number 15, it's ordinance 459, it's a rezoning certain real property located on 3 Knott Street from an R3 to a C2. Ms. Sanders, would you like to come up? And this will constitute our second reading on this.
If approved, this proposed ordinance would rezone 2.24 acres of land located at 1500 North 3 Knott Street from R3 High Density Residential Zoning District to the C2 General Commercial Zoning District. This comes at the recommendation of the Planning Commission.
Do you have any comments or questions, Ms. Sanders? If not, we have a motion to approve ordinance 459. We have a motion by Ms. Baker, do we have a second? Second by Ms. Holland. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any extension? Motion carries. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up on our agenda, item number 16 is ordinance 460. It's a redistricting plan. Mayor, you want to do this or?
Well, I mean, I can, we've worked on this for a long time. Obviously, every time there's a census, our districts end up changing just a little bit because people move, one district may contract, one district may grow, sort of those kind of things. And districts are done based on a census block. So a census block could actually have one person in it, or it could have as many as 715 people in it. So, trying to make those pieces fit, and we contract, as y'all know, every year with the South Central Alabama Development Commission. And they work with us on putting those blocks together and finding a way to make sure that we basically keep the integrity of our single member district going as we have it. And there are about 39 census blocks that had to change, that had to move a little bit here or there. All census blocks must be, they've got to be contiguous. So a district has got to touch, it's got to remain contiguous. And all 5 of you have been elected by the people, so you cannot be unseated. So your home census block must remain your district. So, those are some of the parameters that are put into place. And so we worked on that, and we had about, I think, 39 census blocks that had to be moved soon. And we will make sure that we get all of the information that's contained in this out to the public in an expeditious manner. we'll start working as soon as, hopefully y'all pass this tonight, and Greg signs it as council president, and I sign it tomorrow as mayor, and we'll get to work. We've got money in the budget to do mail, do social media, do several different things. Be more than happy to provide resources for y'all to have individual meetings for each of your districts in relation to the changes to these districts. So really just anything you need, we'll be glad that we want to provide the information to the public to make sure they know, what these changes are.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments? If not, we have a motion to approve ordinance 460, the redistricting plan.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Davis. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Moultrie. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is item 17, appointments. Troy City Council has 3 appointments that they could make tonight. 2 of them are on the Board of Adjustments. One of them is, and this is reappointing, if the council so approves, Mr. Perry Green, Mr. Doug Kitchens. Both these individuals said that they would like to be reappointed. And then next up we have on the library board is Ms. Evelyn Watson. She also said that she would like to be reappointed. So do I have a motion to approve this as a package deal? That we can do that, can't we, Shannon? Oh, okay.
So,
We have a motion by Ms. Holly. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Ms. Baker. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, the mayor's comment.
Just a couple of things, as this will likely be the last meeting we have of the year. I certainly want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We've certainly been blessed in the city of Troy in the year 2024, and we certainly look forward to 2025. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that our prayers and condolences are extended to Mr. Sheldon Tutt, who lost his brother Steve, and also Shannon Ryan, who lost her mother-in-law, Kevin. So we'll be keeping them in our thoughts and prayers. And we're very fortunate in this city. We've got a great community and a great group of folks that are willing to serve the community. And as I said earlier, the citizens, through y'all as a city council, provide resources that help make this a better place. And I'm certainly very grateful and thankful for all that you do and for our community. And unless there are questions, Merry Christmas. And I always like to say this, every time while we have a tap now, I think about 2 folks. I think about Jose, when he had to ride his car, and a lot of times he had to get in the street, and it was dangerous. And Mr. Buddy Hobbs, who lived on Montgomery Street, he got in his little cart one time to drive up to the square to have coffee, and he held a video camera so I could see how much it bounced. And so it's not only important for people to be able to get from one place to another, or work or exercise, but it's important for people to be able to just get around. And I'm very thankful that we are committed to that, and that the state bears so much of the resources, and Melissa works hard, and we work hard to make sure that there's we get those funds, and those are funds that the overwhelming majority of them don't come from the citizens of Troy. They come from the state and federal funds. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, sir. Mayor, do you want to go over the holiday schedule?
Yes, I do. We will be closed on December the 24th, which is a Tuesday, and Wednesday, December 25th, which is Christmas Day, and then Wednesday, January 1st, which will be New Year's Day. So obviously, we'll have people that will be working, our public safety folks, our police and fire are out there every day making sure everything's okay, and we'll have folks on call with utilities and public works to make sure that everything's covered. Just wanted to, very, very appreciative. I know our folks appreciate the time that the citizens through y'all provide them with holiday pay, and thank y'all for that. We appreciate the ones that will be out there taking care of things so we can enjoy the holiday.
Any other questions, comments from the mayor?
I got a comment. A lot of y'all don't know about it, but over the Thanksgiving holidays, I had to call the mayor, and because of things were going on in the city. And I know it's a day that we were all, out for a holiday, but I just want to thank him for being there when you call him, even though we are not there. When we're on holidays and people have time to spend with their family. I didn't sense from your voice that you were saying, dang, why did you call me? And that just made me feel good. And I just want to thank you for being there, being on point, I appreciate it.
I'm 24/7.
But I got to get it. I have to tell that. And so thank you for that, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You and the chief, both.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions or comments? If not, we'll go with the council members' comments. Tom?
Mayor, I know a lot of employees definitely appreciate that extra day, and I'm sure they're gonna be Hosanna in your name. And it's wonderful to be able to show our appreciation to our city employees, that we be able to maintain a safe city, sanitary city, a vibrant city. And when people come through here, they know that we have people that really care about the operations of our city. I do want to also thank my council cohorts here for just being able to work together and get to a point of understanding, because a lot of people don't understand. I know before I got on this council, I didn't. I come to a meeting, I get here at 5 o'clock and sit down on 5:02, and good Lord, I'm like, what did I miss? It's over. It's a lot of work that goes on well before we come into this room, but to be able to get on one accord, and I just want to thank you all for taking the time to hear and comprehend, because that's the only way that our city can grow united. And I thank you, Mayor, for, I know I put a little pain out from time to time, but it's because I love my people, I love the city, and I love serving. I love what I do. So just being able to take pride in stepping up and speaking up, because I can put whatever I want in my yard. Everybody can't do it. Everybody doesn't have those resources. So when we can be able to step up as a city, as city leaders, and support the vibrance of all here, I just want to tell y'all thank you so much, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and know the reason for the season is for those that believe our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I'm just grateful for each of you.
Thank you. I'm gonna make a small little correction. 508's been our record. Don't get back.
Oh. That's right.
Well, I simply echo what Councilwoman Holland was saying there as to how much we appreciate our working relationship and with the mayor and all the departments and the people in there. It's been a real pleasure for me to have served. All of y'all have served a long time, and just to give you an idea, today ends my second year. So I began something in January. So this is And I was appointed, and I fully understand that, but it's been a real pleasure to do this. I have wanted to really try to make somewhat of a contribution in a period of time, so it's been really good, and it's been because of this working relationship we've had. It's also because of the citizens of Troy and our county, like our Christmas parade. I want to thank all the staff and everything that put that together. The mayor had the biggest parade we've had, but I've been to a lot of the parades in years past. I don't think I've ever seen that many people downtown before for the Christmas parade and the tree lighting, of course. So it was really good, and I thank the employees for being involved. Certainly wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope everybody be of good cheer in your blessings with your Lord, your family, and your friends during this holiday season, and encourage everybody to support our local businesses as we're shopping and getting ready for these final X number of days before Christmas gets here. So be safe. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Baker.
Well, Max, I think we would all agree that you have contributed in the 2 years. So I'm glad that you're up here. It doesn't seem like it's been 2 years. I'll echo the comments and sentiments of all of my colleagues and the mayor. It was a wonderful Christmas parade. It's the most wonderful time of the year, but especially in our sweet community. So I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and keep in mind, yes, we have many options to shop local, so keep your dollars local. We also have many opportunities that we can support and contribute to many local charities that are doing some great work, particularly this time of year. So I would encourage us all to find ways that we can help our fellow man during this time, and I will see y'all next year.
Ms. Mosley.
And I want us to keep in mind, I echo everything everybody said, but I want you to keep in mind that I think Troy, Alabama had the lowest tax rate than a whole lot of other cities. And if we offer fine products and our tax rates are lower, sometimes just wait. You see this is the best place to be if you want to shop and giving back. And then I want to say that I want to thank God for all He has done for us for all year. Everything that has come and we've been able to do, it was by His will. And so I just want to say that because Jesus is the reason for the season. And so when we serve and we give back, He will continue to pour into us as long as we do the things that are pleasing in His sight. And everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So y'all know that means we ain't gonna, never mind. But okay.
Mr. President, can I remind y'all of one thing while we're still convening? Thursday afternoon is when we're going to have the dedication for Mr. Leroy Bryant Drive. That's correct, Dan? All that's on and ready for Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock? 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon.
Franklin Park.
Franklin Park right there next to the health department. And we'll be naming that Leroy Bryant Drive that goes around there in honor of Coach Bryant, who coached the very first World Series team in the history of the city of Troy. And he coached me. I think for the first time I was 14 years old, so a lot of special memories and very appreciative of everybody for that. So just a reminder. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to agree with all the comments that the council members of the mayor made. I agree with all of them. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless everybody. And that, we have a motion for you.
Yeah.